everyone, welcome back to Like It Is, where we tackle the tough topics with a twist of humor, I guess. Today, we are diving into the recent Vinesh Phogat disqualification at the Olympics. So grab your popcorn because this episode is going to be a mix of serious discussions and some much needed laughter, I guess, not. So unless you've been living under a rock, you know that Vinesh Phogat, one of India's top wrestlers, faced disqualification at the Olympics. And boy, oh boy, the reactions were swift. They were swift because you could say freestyle wrestling, everyone had an opinion. And as always, the blame game began. Why is it that when something goes wrong, women athletes are the first to get blamed? I always wonder. It's like our national pastime, cricket and blaming women. Okay, let's break it down. So Vinesh had a tough match. It happens, right? But the speed at which people jump to conclusions was Olympic level itself. Social media was flooded with comments like she's not focused, she's too emotional, and my personal favorite is she's probably distracted by personal issues. Because of course, women can't have a bad day without being linked to some drama. But let's talk about the real elephant in the room. Guess what? The double standards. When a male athlete falters, it's all about, oh, he gave it his best, he'll come back stronger. But when it's a woman, suddenly it's her fault, her lack of discipline, her emotions. Like, come on, people. Can we not say the glaring bias here? And it gets even worse. Vinesh has been through a lot, including being sexually assaulted. Now, instead of supporting her, the system and some people had the nerve to call her anti-national when she spoke up. Imagine going through that trauma and then being labeled a traitor. See, it's not just unfair, okay? It's downright disgusting. And then we have the Indian government's response. Oh, the glorious double standards. 1 minute they're celebrating women athletes, using the images for campaigns, talking about Beti Padhao, Beti Bachao, something. But when the chips are down, where is the support? It's like they're fair weather friends. There for the photos, but missing in action. When real support is needed. Now, do you remember those slogans? She inspires us, women power and all. Sounds great on posters. But in reality, see, women athletes often struggle with inadequate facilities, lack of support, immense pressure, and let's not forget the added scrutiny, which is that they have to prove themselves twice as much only to be judged twice as harshly. But here's where it gets funny. Not funny, more like, are you kidding me funny? You see these politicians and officials who suddenly become sports experts. She should have done this. उसे ऐसा करना चाहिए था, वैसा करना चाहिए था. Excuse me, when was the last time you even did a push-up? But sure, go ahead and critic a world-class athlete. Go ahead. And the kicker, while all this is happening, what's the sport that gets all the glory and attention in India? Cricket, of course. Don't get me wrong. I love cricket as much as the next person, guys. But it's high time we recognize and support our Olympic athletes too. These sports need funding, infrastructure, respect. Instead, we pour all our resources into cricket and then wonder why we don't perform well in the Olympics. It's like we've got this tunnel vision. The minute someone mentions sports, our mind jumps to cricket. But there's a whole world of sports out there, guys. There's wrestling, there's boxing, badminton, shooting. These athletes train just as hard, if not harder, and yet they're often left in the shadows. But in all seriousness, we need to change this narrative. Instead of tearing down our athletes, we should be building them up. Recognize the challenges they face, the hard work they put in, and the sheer determination it takes to compete at that level. It's easy to criticize from the sidelines, but let's not forget the blood, sweat and tears they invest. So, what's the takeaway? Support your athletes, win or lose. They represent the country and put in their best efforts. And most importantly, let's stop this ridiculous blame game, especially when it comes to women. They deserve our respect and admiration, not our judgment. So thanks for tuning into this episode of Like It Is. If you have thoughts, comments or your own sports rant for that matter, DM me on Instagram and let's keep the conversation going and make a change for the better. So until next time, stay informed, stay supportive and remember, athletes are humans too. Cheers and see you next time. Bye.